These young ass kids going in this forest.
On December 25th, 2020, a 63-year-old man named Anthony Quinn Warner drove his RV to Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm probably judgmental. But he looked crazy. He looked like a cockhead.
Avenue and woke up nearby residents with the sound of a robotic digital female voice coming from his RV, warning everyone around the vehicle to evacuate the area.
I hear you. But I'm recording a video right now for YouTube. I gotta do this reaction. Then I gotta edit it, export it, upload it, put in the details, and then publish it. And then I can leave. Then I can evacuate. But I gotta get the people what they want.
You can hear this message. Evacuate now. You can hear this message.
Soon, the female voice repeatedly mentioned that the RV was going to detonate. And a little after 6 a.m., the voice became more and more insistent, announcing that the vehicle would detonate in 15 minutes. In the Bodycam footage that was later released by the authorities, a group of Nashville police officers can be seen walking around the downtown area, urging any stragglers to evacuate for their own safety.
So you're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the road.
Go for 11.
Okay? Do you mind going down to second and
Where they need to go when they are evacuated. That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Like The Purge?
Yeah.
Evacuate now.
I don't know if it's just me, but that's the RV right there. I won't be outside, especially that close to the RV. No.
The robotic voice and its ominous warnings give the whole scene an extremely eerie vibe, like, as the police officer mentioned, something out of the movie The Purge. Strangely, the RV also broadcasted snippets of the 1964 hit song Downtown by Petula Clark, which is a song about how if you're ever feeling sad or lonely, you should go downtown and you'll feel better in the hustle and bustle of the city.
Oh, yeah?
Unfortunately, the robotic voice wasn't bluffing, and just 15 minutes later, the RV detonated near the AT&T building, causing...
Oh, shit! I was not expecting... I thought... Damn!
Damage to more than 50 buildings, and even collapsing a few of them with its massive blast radius.
Oh my God!
In the aftermath of the incident, the cops can be seen assessing the damage and moving nearby pedestrians to safety through body cam footage that can only be described as apocalyptic.
Oh my God! That's crazy! And you know what's even more crazy? What the fuck is wrong with me? And you know what's even more crazy? It's like, it said it would detonate. It would explode. So why are we walking close? We were literally just a few feet from the RV. Why are we that close? We should be, man, what?
Yeah, no, I got it.
Where's your car? Okay, go to your car.
God damn.
All cans are direct. There may be ammo in the vehicle. We don't need anybody showing up and checking out and exposed. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
Even though the explosive inside the RV was extremely powerful, the cops managed to evacuate most of the nearby residents, and thankfully nobody outside the RV lost their lives. Although 3 people were...
Hey, Slick, I kind of want to see how big the explosion was. Like, he explained the radius. He explained, you know, the buildings that got caught up in the explosion. But I kind of want to see how big it is. Pause.
And had to be hospitalized after the vehicle incident. The only person who lost his life was Anthony Warner himself, who was still inside the vehicle at the time of the detonation. After the incident, the authorities started digging deep into Anthony's past to figure out what could have caused him to do something so insane, and what they found was pretty disturbing. As it turned out, Warner was pretty much a paranoid loner obsessed with conspiracy theories about shape-shifting alien lizards that were trying to take over the world.
What?
It was also revealed that 16 months before the explosion, Warner's girlfriend had called the cops to report that Anthony had been building explosives inside the RV outside.
That was his girlfriend? You see her and you see him. Man, what?
Explosives inside the RV outside their home. Even more disturbingly, less than a week before Christmas, Warner's neighbor had reportedly asked him if Santa was going to bring him anything good for Christmas, to which Warner replied, "Oh yeah, Nashville and the world are never going to forget me."
Oh!
But despite the clear desire for attention, the cops never managed to truly figure out Warner's motive, and it was eventually concluded that he probably didn't want to hurt anyone, and that a fatal cancer diagnosis mixed with other factors had contributed to Warner's declining mental health.
You didn't want to hurt nobody, but
on March 9th, 2023.
You didn't want to hurt nobody, but you blew up buildings? Man.
Yeah, at around 12:30 p.m., an anonymous caller dialed 911 and told dispatchers that a man that had just run into a food market on Cleveland's Central Avenue was claiming that he had just been kidnapped. As soon as police arrived, they were able to talk to the alleged victim, and the jarring conversation was captured on one of the cops' body cams.
I won't be able to fix his busted pipe for his washing machine. Okay. I was putting a water line for his ice for his refrigerator. And when I got downstairs, another dude came out. They had guns on me and they robbed me. I mean, they tied me up. They had plastic laid on the ground.
Disturbingly, the zip ties and duct tape that were used in the kidnapping can still be seen on the man's body as he explains what happened to him. As the victim mentions to the cops, the perpetrators forced him into his own van, robbed him, and then held him for ransom before he managed to escape.
So they put this on my face, they get me in my van, and they bring me over here, they turn the location up on my phone. One of the guys is in back with me. And
which way the car go?
Huh?
Where the car go?
It was parked this way, and I ran all the way down here to here. It was parked right over there.
You're parked on 49? What kind of car was it?
It's my van.
As the cops later found out, the main perpetrator was 51-year-old Ahmed Johnson, whom the victim had been in federal prison with at some point in his life.
Damn.
After digging deeper into the case, they uncovered the whole story of the kidnapping. As the victim mentioned in the video, the kidnapper had hired him for a plumbing job, and when he arrived at the house in Cleveland's Buckeye
Where did you hire him from? Craigslist?
Hill neighborhood, he was led downstairs where he would allegedly be shown the leaky pipe that he had to fix. Once downstairs, Ahmed led the victim to another room, where another man jumped out and held him at gunpoint. After stealing his phone and Apple Watch, the kidnappers bound the victim and put him into the back of his own van. As the perpetrators drove the van towards the city's central neighborhood, they made the victim call a friend and bring around $15,000 to a nearby gas station in exchange for his return. But as the van slowed down, the victim somehow managed to jump out and ran down East 49th Street. Thinking quickly, the victim ran into a convenience store where he would be protected by the public eye, causing the suspects to drive off. 2 weeks later, the cops managed to make an arrest, and Ahmed Johnson was charged in Cleveland court with aggravated kidnapping. As of today, there have been no further updates to the case.
Jesus Christ.
On September 9, 2019, an Albuquerque Police Department officer saw a young man performing a traffic stop on a gray Nissan SUV. Strangely, the man wasn't dressed like a police officer at all. In fact, he was dressed as an ordinary citizen in jeans, a black polo, and an Air Force cap as he wrote down the driver's information. Sensing that something was off, the officer pulled the man aside to talk to him, and from the beginning, the man seemed a little on edge.
You want to talk to him for a minute? What's wrong, man? Let's just talk back here real quick. Who do you work for?
Early country club.
Okay.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
Okay. Normally, if you're out here, man, if you're making a traffic stop, you're just stand stopped. Alright? Do you have an ID with you?
This is all I got. I mean, like I said, I'm under-equipped. I was just heading over there to the courthouse.
To the courthouse for what?
To get my crap.
Okay.
I know, it makes no sense. I caught him going 120 down I-40.
Okay. Why do you have lights on this vehicle?
Personal, I know.
Do you have an ID with you at all?
No, I keep running my uniform.
The man claims that he was on his way to the courthouse when he pulled over the driver of the gray Nissan. Suspiciously, though, he claims he doesn't have any sort of identification on him because he allegedly left it inside his uniform. After a bit of questioning, the man says his name is Brendan Wazinski and confesses that he was using his personal vehicle to pull over civilians, but insists that he's been an officer of the law for 3 years.
Simple. And I'm not here to mess with you, man. It's just the thing is, yeah, he was speeding, dude. You could have called it in. And, because if you get into shooting, you're
right.
Alright, man.
I understand. This, for starters, I know this looks really bad.
Right.
This looks really bad. This screams whacker.
Right. How long you been on?
About 3 years.
Okay. I've been on for like 13 years. Alright, so...
After checking the database, the officer notices Brendan's name doesn't pop up on any nearby law enforcement agency's list, and at that point his only option is to put the suspect in the back of his vehicle while he waits for his supervisor to figure things out. Less than 5 minutes later, Brendan gets cold feet and confesses that he's not a real cop.
No shit! Did that other car that he stopped, did he drive off? I probably would have drove off.
What's up, man?
Alright. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. I'm not a cop.
Okay.
That's illegal.
I'm just gonna...
That badge from?
I bought it offline.
Okay. Do me a favor, stay in here, okay? For a second.
As soon as his supervisor arrives, the officer briefs him on the situation, and they decide to arrest Brendan for impersonating a police officer. After putting him in cuffs, the sheriff arrives to assess the situation. I honestly don't know how long Brendan was expecting to be able to get away with pulling people over pretending to be a cop, but it seems as though he was hoping to play vigilante with no consequences forever. Even though he didn't have a weapon in his belt at the time, it's not uncommon for people like Brendan to start using guns and handcuffs as intimidation tools once they get more comfortable and start thinking they can get away with it. Obviously, it's incredibly dangerous to have random people driving around the city pretending to be cops when they really have nothing to do with law enforcement at all, which is why the officers have no other choice but to bring him into the police station. After arriving at the station, the cops try to get Brendan's full statement, but the suspect contradicts himself a bunch and lies to try to get the officer's sympathy. Brendan says he was on his way to work when he saw a guy going 120 on the freeway and confesses that he freaked out when the cop asked him about his identity. Strangely, he alleges that the badge he used to fake his identity used to belong to his dad, who supposedly used to work with the sheriff's department before he was killed in the line of duty 5 or 6 years prior.
And then, when I made contact with you, I noticed you had a badge. Where'd you get that badge from?
It belonged to my dad.
It belongs to your dad? When was...
Well, it did.
It did? Is he still around, or did he pass away?
Well, he was killed.
Oh, he was killed, okay.
As it was later revealed, this was a complete lie, and the truth was that he bought the badge online as he had initially confessed when the cop interrogated him. It's hard to imagine that he thought he was going to get away with a lie like that when there was video evidence of him saying that he bought the badge online less than an hour ago. During the interview, it was also revealed that Brendan was only 18 years old, even though he said he was around 25 when the cop initially pulled him over. This makes the fact that he said he was married and needed to call his wife even more sketchy, and it's hard to tell which details of the story are true and which ones are completely made up. A few seconds later, things get a little scary when Brendan confesses that he had a loaded weapon in the glove compartment of the vehicle, which wasn't initially visible in the video. Considering he's a compulsive liar and an irresponsible teenager, it's pretty horrifying to imagine what he would have done with the handcuffs and gun had he been given the chance to play vigilante for a few more days or weeks or whatever. In March 2020, a judge sentenced Brendan to a year of probation. But just a few weeks later, he failed to report to his probation officer, refused to get a psych exam, provided a false address, and missed a scheduled meeting.
Damn!
As a result, the judge tightened his probation conditions, and as of today, there have been no further updates to the case.
What the What the
At
hell?
around 8 p.m. on September 30th, 2021, 3 children ages 6, 6, and 7 were reported missing in the Flamingo Lake neighborhood in Montgomery, Texas. According to the parents, the kids had gone missing after they went into the Sam Houston forest and wandered off the main trail to go play in a creek. After the disappearance was announced to the public, the authorities...
6, 6, and 7. Where are these? Where are their parents at? What the hell is going on? What the fuck? These young ass kids going in this forest?
Launched a massive search that included helicopters, dogs, drones, off-road vehicles, and hundreds of police officers from multiple law enforcement agencies. The next morning, an anonymous Good Samaritan who was very familiar with the layout of the woods decided to take matters into his own hands and went into the national forest by himself to find the kids. At around 9 a.m. on September 31st, the man found the kids and called 911 to bring the children to safety, and the whole rescue was captured on Sergeant Jason Smith's body cam.
Come on, can y'all come to me? Come to me. Yeah, come to me. There's an opening right here. Come on, kids, come to me.
They wouldn't let me in over here last night, so I just took off around the back. I've been looking all night long.
Yes, sir. I have all
Jesus
3
is good,
children.
ain't Jesus good?
He's good. Kids, I'm the police. Are y'all ready to get out of the woods? Come on, buddy.
Let's get out of here. You got cheeseburgers in your car?
We're going to get something to eat. Okay? You want to hold my hand? We'll get out of here.
Even though the kids were found just a little over a mile away from where they entered the woods, they'd still been lost for over 24 hours.
Damn.
Pretty understandably, they were hungry. As it was later revealed, the kids had spent the night in the forest, sheltering themselves under a fallen tree until the volunteer came to rescue them, which is why they had leaves and branches in their hair in the footage.
Grab hold of that. There you go.
You're really strong.
Am I really strong? Lose your shoe?
Yup.
I got you.
Even though they had spent the night with minimum shelter and hadn't had anything to eat for 24 hours, the children still seemed to be in pretty good spirits as Sergeant Smith escorted them out of the woods. And toward the end of the video, he could be seen guiding them to the clearing where a bunch of cop cars sit waiting for them.
I need a full backstory on this.
Y'all got it? Come on, kids.
Come on,
Let's come out to
kid.
the room.
Come on, kid. Come on. I need a full backstory on this. What the hell?
Oh, good. What? There you go, buddy. Look at you. You made it.
It's honestly pretty terrifying to think that if they hadn't been found then and there, the kids would have probably ended up succumbing to the elements. But thankfully, they were able to get back home to their parents.
So they got parents. I got so many questions. I got so many questions. Oh my God. Oh man, what? How? Toby!
On January 30th, 2017, New Mexico police received a disturbing call from a witness in Nevada who claimed he had seen a woman being taken out of her Las Vegas apartment by a man and put into a white van with a Texas license plate. After receiving the alert, the cops were able to locate the van in question less than 24 hours later and arrest the driver and passenger. Once the suspects are out of the vehicle, the cops approach the white van, and that's when they find something incredibly disturbing.
She chopped up! She chopped up!
Oh my God, thank you. Okay, got it? Hold it. I gotta throw it.
Okay, we're gonna get you out of here, okay?
I got pictures of her and I got pictures of the chains.
Jesus.
In the back of the vehicle, the cops find a woman named Jane who is chained to the floorboards of the van by the suspect.
Damn.
And as soon as the officers set her free, she gives them her disturbing testimony. According to the victim, the man who was driving the getaway van was her ex-boyfriend Jack, who broke into her apartment and took her. Even though she fought hard to escape, Jack was trained in mixed martial arts and was a lot heavier than her, and it didn't take him long to take her out of her home. Jane assumed it was her neighbors who saw the altercation and called the police, and it was thanks to that 911 call that the cops were able to rescue her. Once inside the police car, Jack doesn't seem all too distressed that he's about to be put away for a long time, and he can even be seen interacting pretty calmly with the officer driving the vehicle, asking him if he has a favorite hymn and singing the words to Amazing Grace as he's taken to jail.
You got a favorite hymn?
What's that?
You got a favorite hymn?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. I've never been into them.
He is crazy.
What about you?
What about Amazing Grace? You like that one?
I'll take it.
Amazing Grace, how sweet.
As it was later revealed, Jack's accomplice in the kidnapping was 19-year-old Samuel Brown. In the other cop car, Samuel asked the...
Damn, 19, you a baby. Like, I mean, you're an adult, but like, you young. Jesus.
Police officer to have a conversation with him, claiming that he's scared of everything that's happening.
Is it okay to talk? Yeah. Anything, I'm just kind of scared. What are the police gonna ask me?
During the investigation, the police found that Jack and Samuel had planned to take Jane into a cave in New Mexico that Jack had dug into the side of a hill, where they would later brainwash her into marrying one of them, according to the police report. After the horrifying incident, Jack was sentenced to life in prison, and Sam...
What about the other one?
To a little over 5 years in prison. It's pretty disturbing to imagine where Jane would be if that 911 call hadn't been placed and the cops hadn't intervened.
Yeah, let's hear you keep singing Amazing Grace when you behind the bars. You behind the bars talking about some Amazing Grace, how sweet the song. Amazing Grace, how... Yeah. Let's see how long you singing that while you're in prison.
On April 8 of 2021, police officers from the city of Whitehall, Ohio, about 6 miles away from Columbus, received a report that a man was allegedly impersonating a police officer at a traffic stop. Upon arriving at the scene, they found a 26-year-old man named Casey Donovan Williams asleep in what appeared to be a Whitehall police cruiser. When he woke up, he told the cops that he was an off-duty cop working a special duty detail. At first, the officers bought his story, but when they were told there was no special duty assigned at that time, they returned to get the real story.
Oh, I remember. That's not that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing about this.
And the exchange was captured on the cops' body cam.
But you have no ID from them, all right?
No.
And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No. I'm asking you a direct question. Have you been sworn in by
It's
them?
very important you answer this correctly, because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer, you know if you lie in this situation, you go directly to jail.
No, I'm not.
So I'm going to put that right
Listen,
out.
I'm not.
So if you are telling me you are a police officer right now, is that what you're telling me? So you are not a commissioned police officer.
I have spoke with the chief.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking you one question. Are you a commissioned police officer through the state of Ohio?
I have an appellate certificate.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's not what they're asking you.
It's a yes or no type of question. Say yes or no. What's up? What's up with these jabroni ass? The only reason I say jabroni is because I heard Kendrick Lamar say that, but I never heard that. What does that mean?
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. You're avoiding the question. It's very simple. Are you a sworn police officer anywhere in the state of Ohio in any department?
Not currently.
Okay.
As soon as the cops start applying a bit of pressure, Casey confesses that he's not an actual commissioned police officer, and when the cops mention to him that he risks going to jail if he lies, he decides to call one of the officers who supposedly gave him the job to try to save himself from the consequences.
Okay. 1 second. Would you be willing to speak to the supervisor from the company? From Watchman?
From Watchman?
Yes.
Is he an actual police officer?
You are an actual police officer, correct? Okay. Okay, yes, he is. Where are you commissioned at?
It doesn't matter. He's not here doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the superintendent of the State Highway Patrol. That's irrelevant to the situation.
Even though he seems to have a pretty intricate series of excuses to justify his actions, the cops sense there's more to the story than Casey's letting on. After mentioning to the cops that he was just trying to make a little extra money by allegedly working for the Glenwood Police Department, he realizes his...
You're trying to make a little extra money? Do you know how many ways you can make a little extra money legally? It's 20... I forgot what year this happened. But like... It's the 21st century. We in the the 20s right now. Trying to make a little extra money. There are so many ways of you making money the right way.
Getting out of an arrest are pretty slim, and that's when he resorts to asking the cops for mercy.
That's all I was trying to do. Please do not. I'm asking you for courtesy, man to man. Please do not ruin my career.
Well, you standing like that is kind of sus. Time out. I'm asking you, man to man, please don't.
Please.
I think you did that kind of on your...
Throughout the exchange, it seems as if Casey either doesn't realize the severity of what he's doing, or he really thinks the cops are going to let him get away with showing a fake badge and even carrying a weapon while pretending to be an officer of the law. Still, things were about to get a whole lot worse for Casey, because after he was put in the real police officer's cruiser, the cops searched his vehicle and found a loaded AR-15 rifle, a tactical vest, a loaded handgun with 15 rounds...
Bro, what's up? What's up? Like, I remember seeing this video, but I don't remember everything that happened, or unless I just watched like a snippet of it. What were you planning on doing? I felt like you were about to cluck some shit up.
Ammo, a taser, 2 pairs of handcuffs, and pepper spray. It's pretty disturbing to think of what could have happened if the cops hadn't arrested Casey then and there, because even though he didn't seem to have any bad intentions at first glance, Casey could have used the badge, vehicle, and weapons for some pretty nefarious purposes if he wanted to, by simply convincing people he was a real police officer. From kidnapping to extortion and everything in between, a fake cop can be extremely dangerous. As it was later revealed, this wasn't the first time the suspect had gotten in trouble for trying to pull similar stunts. Although at one point he had been a corrections deputy at the Pickaway County Jail, he was forced to resign after trying to enforce his authority as an undercover cop at a fair when he hadn't been instructed to do so. After the incident in Whitehall, Casey was charged with impersonating a police officer, a 3rd-degree felony, and improper handling of a gun in a motor vehicle, a 4th-degree felony.
Dumbass. I keep forgetting how... Man. So, like, out of all of these stories, man, this first one right here, with the RV, with the shits, with the explosion, how you gonna say you don't mean no harm? It wasn't your intent, but you blew up a couple of buildings, not knowing who's in them buildings or what's in the buildings. What the hell? This first story is absolutely insane. I didn't think it was going to actually blow up. Damn, bro, God. Oh, my God. And then the one with the kids. Well, this mother clucker, he just hired somebody off of Craigslist because there ain't no clucking way. But the one with the kids in the forest, is that this? Yeah. 6, and 7. Like, I need a full backstory on this one because it's like they got parents. What the hell is going on? Maybe they were trying to get away. Maybe they were trying to run away. Hold on now. I just need like a full. Something's weird about this story about these 3 children. There's something off about it. Like, I want to say that they was running away. And this mother cluck is batshit crazy, along with his accomplice. Man, Jesus. Hell no. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.